Hi everybody, welcome back. I apologize, I have a bit of a cold going on, so I'm a little stuffy sounding, but today for you, I have my review demo in swatches of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Now, it is no surprise or no secret that I am a huge fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows and the formula. They're just impeccable. They're just some of my absolute favorites. They're beautiful, they're creamy, they're buttery, they're soft, they blend like a dream. And the soft glam is not disappointing me at all either. So I'm going to go over the palette, pros, cons. I don't think I have any, but what I think about it, a little demo on how I got the eye look I got today in swatches. So let's get started with swatches first. So that was the swatches. Let me go ahead and show you how I got the eye look that I'm wearing today. So to start off, we're going into my favorite oldie but goodie, and that is tempera. We're going to place that all across the eyelid space to set the primer. So to start off with our transition, I'm going to go into the shade Burnt Orange. I'm going to use that same fluffy brush. We're going to just throw that all throughout the transition space. I'm now going to take my little crease brush here, and I'm going to go into the shade Sienna and pop that into the deep part of the crease. I'm going to pop over into Burnt Orange once again. I'm using my blending brush. I'm going to go in for one little tap and just blend that in with the transition. Now we're going to go on to the eyelid. I'm going to go into the shade Sultry and place that all across the lid. You could definitely fix plus this and get an even higher pop of color, but for what we're going with today, this will work just fine. I'm now going to take a smaller eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go into the shade Rose Pink, and we're going to pop that in on the center of the lid to create a little bit of a halo effect. I'm going to go back to the original eyeshadow brush and just kind of help blend both of those two shades together. I'm now going in with an angled shadow brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Mulberry that has been calling my name since I opened up this palette. I'm going to take that into the outer V and the deep part of the crease. And then back with the clean blending brush, and let's just blend it all together. Now we're going to work the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into the shade Mulberry again. Using my flat definer brush, I'm just going to press that between my lashes. I'm now going to take a smudger brush. I'm going to go into Sienna, and I'm going to smoke all that out. I'm then going to take a fluffier brush. I'm going to go into Burnt Orange and further blend that together. So final two steps, I'm going to go back into the palette into Tempera, fluff that into the brow bone, just add some more highlight up there. Then I'm going to go into the shade Glistening and pop that on the inner corner for a nice pop. I'm going to finish it off, giving my lashes a quick curl. Coat of L'Oreal Lash Paradise Voluminous on the top, CoverGirl Clump Crusher Water Resistant on the bottom, and we are done. And so this is it. This is our finished look. I love this. I really feel like I see where we're getting the soft glam, because I really feel like I pulled off a pretty glam looking look, but on the soft side of that. So I'm definitely see that happening here. So first, let's talk a little bit about the palette. It is set up just like all of the other 14 pan palettes of this size from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It kind of has the soft velveteen cover, which you love it because it's so soft, but then you hate it because after so long it starts to look like this filthy mess. Open up the palette. Of course, you have your nice mirror up here. It always does come with this little double-ended brush. I don't use these brushes. To me, it's a little bit too hard. It's not something I like. And two, I don't like to store a double-ended brush because it has to, unless you want to ruin the ends, it's got to lay down. I never use them. I just toss it to the side, but it is nice they include it in case you don't have a brush collection. So in this palette, you're getting 8 matte shades. You're getting 5 shimmery, more metallic type shades, and then you're getting 1 satin shade. So we'll go over the shades. Start off with the mattes. Starting at the top row here, we have Orange Soda and Mulberry. Then to the bottom row, we have Dusty Rose, Burnt Orange, Sienna, Rustic, Cypress Umber, and Noir. Into our more shimmery / metallic shades, starting off at the top row, you've got Glistening, Rose Pink, Sultry, Bronze, and then on the bottom row we have Fairy. And of course our more satiny shade, which this one can be a little bit deceiving. It can go satin, it can go kind of matte, it can get kind of shimmery, and that is Tempera. So This palette, I am sorry, I am so mind blown by it. And I've heard a lot of flack and meh, oh my gosh, it's just modern renaissance, only kind of softer. Really, your only repeat shades in here are Tempera, Burnt Orange, and Cypress Umber. And quite honestly, if we look at those, I kind of need those. Those are kind of my everyday useful shadows that are in this palette. I don't mind getting them again. Now, looking at the two palettes side by side, yes, at first glance, does it look like there's a lot of the same things going on here? Kind of yes and kind of no. This one I feel is definitely more on the red pink vibe. Your shades in here like Real Gar, Love Letter, Venetian Red, and Red Ochre. I mean, all of those say red in them just about. It's a very much red, pinky, orangey vibe. As we're with the soft glam, I feel like you're getting a little bit more neutral. You're getting, with like rustic and sienna and mulberry. Mulberry is a very deep, plummy, just kind of goodness shade. I really, really love that one. And you're getting a black, which you gotta love a black. So for me, this one definitely creates a different eye look than this one does. Now, let's be perfectly honest. If I try hard enough, I can probably get the same eye look out of both palettes using a little bit less of the same shades, sure. But I can do different looks I can't do with this palette, and the same goes backwards. So for me, it's definitely worth it. I'm also a collector of these, and so now we have the Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance, Prism, and Subculture to round out the pack. So yes, I believe that if you are definitely a collector of the Anastasia Beverly Hills 14 pan shadow palettes, you are not going to be disappointed with this. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this even if you're not a collector, because the shades and the shadows are just fabulous. So let's talk about, are you going to get fallout? Absolutely. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow palette. It's using the Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow formula. If you're unfamiliar with that, these are extremely highly pigmented shadows. You're going to want to just lightly tap your brush in. That's all you will need to do in order to perform what you need to do on your eye. If you dig and you grind into these shadows, absolutely you're going to hit pan in like 4 days. Sienna here does kick up a little bit more than all the rest of them. I will have to say that. But again, light taps, light applications, you will have no problems. Tempera is the same way as well. When you dip into this, it tends to want to kick back a lot. But again, light taps, even maybe using your finger, you won't pick up as much, but you also won't create as much kick up as what the little hairs on the brush does. Rose Pink and Sultry, those are like super creamy, almost wet feeling to the touch, of very metallic shades there. Noir and Mulberry and Cypress Umber. Rustic, those are all just your normal, everyday ABH shadow formula. Not going to get a whole lot of kickback with that, but you're going to get a lot of pigment, so you're going to want to be careful. Build those up slowly. Cost on this palette is $42, just like all of the other ones. Available at abh.com, Sephora, Ulta. I believe I purchased mine at Ulta. So, readily available everywhere you go. This is a permanent part of the line, so it's not a limited edition, so you don't have to run out and get it, thinking it's going to disappear. So this one will be around, hopefully, for a long, long time. So my overall thoughts on this, I came into this knowing I was going to love it because it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, so I'm kind of biased in that fashion. But I will have to say, with playing with this, this is like a really, it's kind of almost a little bit unique, but it's such a good everyday and kick it up a notch palette. And I think these are so much more friendlier, user friendlier than the other palettes that they have, because there's so much neutralness going on in here and some softness. And you do feel that. The Soft Glam name is perfect because I feel that when I'm in here, that all of my shadow just has this softness to it. Even the metallics almost kind of has this pillowy softness feel to it. And I am just loving it. So that is it. That is what I have for you today. My review, demo, and swatches of the new ABH Soft Glam palette that I am just loving, guys. Once again, I want to thank you, of course, for spending a little bit of time with me today, getting through me sounding all congested and everything. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Make sure, of course, that before you leave, that you are subscribe to my channel. You definitely don't want to miss out on any videos that I have coming up, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.
Dangerous, but it's so fun.